Shout out to Baby Smack.
Neighborhood.
We brought you the hundreds. The original Westside Neighborhood Crips was founded in the hundreds and became known as the 111s and 11-5. The 60s, the hood was founded in 1974, and there was many pillars in the community that planted seeds in the soil. The 40s, the Rollin 40s would become the third Neighborhood Crips on the West Side in 1984.
The original Neighborhood 40 Crips, Don Juan, Tojo, Big Sherman, and Flipping all of them off of 48th and Western, they were the first really Neighborhood Crips that we had. The V-Dog and all of them, Big Duck.
And now we're going to tap in with the 9-0s.
Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby.
The Rollin 90s are a predominantly African-American street gang located in South Los Angeles, right next door to the city of Inglewood and a few minutes away from LAX. Their turf is most known for Jesse Owens Park, and right across Century Boulevard are the Rollin 100s. A lot of guys from the 90s along Hoover and along Western Avenue attended Crenshaw High School and Washington High School, where they built friendships with the Harlems, the 60s, and the 100s.
Some of us went to Washington, some of us went to I went to Crenshaw. Then I ended up getting bussed out to Van Nuys, but I went to Crenshaw, I went to Washington, then I got bussed out to Van Nuys. But a lot of them went to Washington, a lot of them went to Crenshaw.
The West Side 9-0s produced names such as Big Mo, Cody Brown, and Marcus Baker. Big Phone would later be credited with starting the 9-0 Hoovers along 90th Street and Orchard.
9-0 Hoover came out, let's give or take 1977. They didn't break off from Hoover until like 83. So that's 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. That's the 6-year run they was claiming Hoover. See what I'm saying? It took time for everybody to start beefing. It just started off 9-0 against Hoover. It started off 9-0 Hoover, 107 Hoover, whacking out each other. But they ain't whacking out the Hoover Crip, they whacking out each other.
The 60s and the Western Side 9-0s became very tight in the early 80s. But it took a while for the West Coast 90s to gather the full support of the Rollin car.
It was only until the old car came When the old car came, then people started like kind of like grafting and pulling us in. But before that happened, the only support that we really had coming was from the UGs. Now on the streets, we had love. We had Droopy from 60 lived over here, Hucklebuck from 60 lived over here, Tita Rock and Bunky, and what's his other brother name? Sly. Sly lived over here, we was, but when we went to jail, it kind of like things kind of like, if I was on the yard with Bunky, Hucklebuck, Tita Rock and one of them, they gonna back me and ride. But if I was on the yard with somebody that didn't know me, because 60 was so big, I didn't get that support like that. The same thing with the Harlem. If I was on the love with somebody from Harlem, like Moondog from Avenues or something, that knew us and lived over in the hood and was fucking with us, I would get that love. But if I was on the yard with somebody from Harlem and didn't know me, I wasn't gonna get that love. But the UGs, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Oh, you from 9 I got your back. HK. I got your back.
So what, the homies didn't embrace 9 until y'all turned Rollin in the hood?
No, see, like I say, man, 60 was so big, homie, is that it seems like to me, a lot of the love I got came out of the hills. When I ran into the cats out of the hills, I got a lot of love. But then, a lot of the fronts, we was fucking with on the streets, but I wasn't running into them in the jail. I was running into the one in the hill. Now I'm gonna tell you one, a 60 who rolled with me through thick and thin was Lil PJ. He had my back, man. PJ, and this was before it was the Rollin and all that. PJ walked over there, he said, man, these niggas tripping. He said, nigga, I got your back. But like I said, it wasn't like 60, it was individuals from 60. It was individuals, UG, the whole car rolled. 60, you had PJ, you had Peanut, Kev Mac. We was on the yard together. You had individuals, but as far as like the whole car coming out, nah, sometimes they would tell them like, man, why y'all getting in that shit, man? Why y'all getting in that? That's they beef. You had dudes that had that really did. It wasn't like it is like today.
The 9-0s, outnumbered by all their main rivals, found themselves in a tough situation.
This is what I always tell a lot of these dudes, and I don't try to be funny and I don't try to like put people down or stuff, but I tell a lot of dudes that's around to this day is that, if you really wanted a test, you got to go back to them days, man. It was hard, man. It was hard. It was a struggle.
During the mid-80s, the Rollin 90s and Rollin 60s became inseparable. Not just in jail and prison, but also on the streets. And in 1988, the West Side Rollin 90s joined the Neighborhood Crips Alliance. Stay tuned as we touch on the 5.5s, the 5.8s, the 4.6s, the 4.8s, and so on.